Mr. MABE, thank you very much for making the time to talk to us. Perhaps let's start with the latest news around the former president. An arrest warrant, although not in execution for now, has nonetheless been issued against a former head of state, but also a person who was a leader of your party for about 10 years now. Your reaction as a governing party?
Well, morning, Goli, and maybe start by apologizing for not making it yesterday. We too in the African National Congress are affected by load shedding like any other citizen in this country. But straight to the point, that of course we have noted the developments in the news yesterday as it relates to the issuance of a state warrant of arrest. We continue to believe that former President Jacob Zuma is not a fugitive from our own justice system. Is a law-abiding citizen. He has on numerous occasions, when asked by law enforcement agencies to appear in courts, made himself available. We can place it on record as well that as one comrade who always attends National Executive Committee meetings in that ex-officio capacity, hasn't been able to honor our previous meetings, including our January 8th celebration, owing to his health condition.
I think the nation would also love you to take them into confidence. As a senior member of your party, what do you know of his medical condition right now?
Well, of course, those details would be details that are in the normal course discussed with the Secretary General of the African National Congress. But safe to say that he has been unable to honor previous sittings of the National Executive Committee exactly because of that situation. You would know that President Zuma doesn't miss January 8 celebrations. You might have noted that he was not there in Kimberley. And part of the issues would have been that. But I wouldn't want to really go into those because those would be engagements that are normally filed with the Office of the Secretary General.
Perhaps as a last point on the former president, what should the nation make of his decision to seek medical help overseas?
Well, I am sure that it is important to understand circumstances under which he shall have gone through that. Medical situations of individuals vary and on themselves could be a bit private and all of that. So I wouldn't want to sit here and really enter into the space of choices made on the kind of medical condition or medical assistance.
But does it say anything about the state of our healthcare systems here? Because perhaps that would be the insinuation from people.
Well, Goli, there are those of us who sometimes go to see sangomas in our own villages. It's really a matter of choice. I don't think when we do that it says anything about hospitals in our own villages. It could be that a preference or choice that individuals are themselves making because health is really a personal situation.
Let's move on to the issue of the public protector. As a party, have you taken a position on which direction your caucus in Parliament should take on whether or not she's fit to hold office?
We have already issued a statement, and to the extent that we have not, as the party, had that kind of a discussion. So I would be not being factual in my own pronouncements if I said here to the viewers of ENCA that there is a position of the African National Congress. We've got an able caucus in Parliament led by our chief whip, which from time to time discusses issues and considers how it is going to approach such matters that are before Parliament, either raised as motions and all of that.
But a member of that very ANC caucus in Parliament has come out to say the ANC will not support a motion to remove the public protector. Does that indicate a divided caucus?
Well, the caucus is not divided. We did issue a statement indicating that Comrade Supra would have spoken in his personal capacity in that way, especially because we've got protocols in the African National Congress that clearly indicate who speaks on behalf of the organization, but also our own comrades understand how ANC arrives at its own positions and ultimately pronounce them, especially where it concerns the work done by our public representatives in Parliament. Actually, in our own statement of the ANC, we even go further to make reference to through the eye of the needle, that individual members working together with others constitute a unit. It is through working as a unit, as collectives, that they are able to formulate opinions which could be canvassed out in the public.
Final question to you, Mr. MABE. The Ingonyama Trust Act, the Lekgotla didn't say much on that. What is the decision of the governing party that will filter into government around what should be done with this Ingonyama Trust? Because there are two recommendations that have been made by two separate panels, that Trust Act either is scrapped or reviewed completely.
Well, I don't think now is the time to get deeper into that, more so because you would understand that we are now seized with the issue of the expropriation bill, which is going back for a public consideration, public engagements. So it would be that once all of those issues are concluded out in the public, you would then be coming back to these issues. Sometimes wanting to deal with a lot of issues all at once, you tend to communicate a message that confuses the public out there. The immediate task that we want our people to focus on is the expropriation bill. When we are done with the expropriation bill, all other subsequent issues that have got to do with land ownership will then effectively be attended to.
PULE MABE, thank you very much.
You don't want to hear what the ANC has got to say about the coronavirus, our own engagements with the Chinese embassy and the Communist Party of China?
Look, I suspect that government has been communicating about that. In fact, we're going to have one of the ministers responsible for dealing with this outbreak, the international outbreak, and that's the minister, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi. He will be here to talk to us this morning.
No, thank you very much for taking interest on such an issue of, international standing. It's very important. The message of South Africa must be understood.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.